Hey guys, so we are back for another round of the series. If you recall, we did some experimenting on this paper with adding mica to it. We also have this one that we experimented with mica and alcohol inks. This one was the alcohol ink. These were like a colorant thing, and then we have the micas, and the micas here. So, I'm going to see how this goes. I just noticed that when I picked that up that I put a thumbprint in it, so that's something to be aware of. Don't handle it straight with fingers. Because of the way these are, I want to do a different mold, just because I think we need a little bit bigger surface is what we're going to need for these. So I think the different mold is key so that we can get a little bit bigger surface area to really see how these react under UV resin. Now this particular mold is a mold from Hobby Lobby. It is in the jewelry section, in the resin jewelry section to be more exact. And mine's been sitting to where it's gotten a bunch of dust particles, so I'm going to use a little bit of masking tape and just clean up the ones that we are going to use today. Like, just get down in here and clean these up, get any little hairs, particles that are sitting in them. And then I think we're just going to mainly use these three because those are going to be the three that I think give us the best surface area. So this is our tray from our UV light. So we have it ready. And then let me get in position. Alright, let's resin, UV resin. We've been doing this for a little while. Oh, I just cleaned that, and then there's big old hair attached. Lovely. So this is their UV resin high viscosity. Trick is to make sure we get around the little knob. We got a big old bubble in there, but we'll get it here in just a second. Then I'm trying to fill these basically up to the rim, essentially. Not overflowing, not under filling. And we'll use our silicone tool to make sure that around our knob is all good and that we can get the air bubble that likes to catch behind there. So a little silicone brush, and definitely got an air bubble back here. Maybe pop you or bring you to the surface to be popped. And same thing, got another one that's formed here. And I know I've got some surface level ones, which we'll get to here in just a minute. Okay. So, little ladder, pop those. Key is they have to be on the surface to get them to pop. And even still, they can be pretty persnickety. So, this one is too far below the surface. It's not wanting to pop. And then there's some down here that are refusing to come up. So let's see if we were able to. Oh, come on. You are being really... So this has a ball on the end of it, on this metal end. So I won't scratch my mold with it, but I'm also being very careful to not stab the mold with that end anyway, just because I want to make sure that I don't scratch the mold up. There's this big freaking puddle. Oh, we're getting it down to the surface. Like, I think I finally got it to the surface. Oh, hallelujah. I was like, I can't get it to come to the surface and get it popped. So, of course, you gotta be careful so that you don't set your resin on fire when you're using that. Just have to be gentle and get it as close to the resin as possible to make it pop, but not actually light your resin on fire or set your mold on fire accidentally. So we'll put this under here for 2 minutes. This is the Let's Resin double UV light, which actually I'm looking and I don't even think the bottom is lined up to be put up. There we go. Since we're doing clear, just having the top lamp would be sufficient, but it gives you a more solid cure, especially this mold's a little bit thicker. So it's a good idea to get that from the bottom as well, so that we're getting both those top and bottom brought up. It's just a good way to make sure that you get a good overall cure. So when those come out, then we'll pop them out and we're going to put them on the paper and cut around them. And that's how, actually we'll probably do a little bit different technique that I've seen done. I'm going to show you it. This episode is a few new techniques with it, so we'll try them. We'll see what happens. See if we can come up with something new. Something new. These I just felt were so small that trying to get them on a surface where you have so much color, you're going to miss out on a lot of the color aspects. So that's why I decided let's go with a little bit bigger piece and see how it reacts under there. Okay, should be about done. I do see a few bubbles in there, but I'm getting a little less particular about that and just kind of rolling with it. So I didn't have to take that apart, but I did. All right, so we have our pieces. Whew, that is warm. And they are bubbled up about perfectly. Not really bubbled, but I filled this one almost perfectly, which is awesome. Just what I wanted. Same thing. Didn't overfill it. Definitely that mold makes them super hot. Whew, like dang. Okay. Alright, so we have our 3 pieces. So let's try to get one in 3 of these, and then we'll do 3 others. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 others. And yeah, I think that's good. That's what we're going to do. So we'll end up in total with 12 pieces between our 2 papers, basically. Okay, that's kind of how we're going to go. So I'm just going to make sure that I have you in our screen. And the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to go ahead and put a full glove on my left hand. That way I'm not worried about it. And finger cuts because it's going to take so long, finger cuts are going to just hurt my fingers. They cut the circulation on it. So let's just put a glove on. Glove it up. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to put a little bit of resin on the piece. Kind of getting around. And then I'm going to put a little, like just a dollop of resin on the spot that I'm going to put the piece on. So, and then we're going to just go over top of it. And it's going to probably create a little extra, per se, excess on the outside of it, but that's okay. I'm trying to get this bubble out from there, but I may not be able to. It may just be a bubble in there. Yep, I think it's gonna be. I should have just cut these. I'm not being very particular here, y'all. I'm just trying to cut them so they're more manageable sizes for when we go under the UV light. Basically. Okay. One thing to note is that any kind of brushing on this does mess with the mica powder, so you just want to be aware of that. Okay. I think what I need to do is add just a smidge more resin right here to get this bubble to work its way mostly out. And we're going to have some bubbles in there, but that's just going to be how it is. I'm going to put that on my tray to go under the light so that we can get that done. I'm going to do the rectangle one for this one. Let's see. Oh, even putting the resin down that, I smeared it a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and cure those two up because I don't have a ton of room on the tray. And so I worry that we're going to be out of room. And oh, here we go. It's like I have it somewhere. I just need to block that light while we do this one. So this one, obviously I messed up there. I'm going to try to catch this spot right in here that has this splatter. I think that's going to be my spot that I want. So I'm just putting on a thin layer and then just a dollop onto the spot that I'm aiming for, and then just plopping it into place. I was going to create some really cool craters actually, and I'm going to let it do that because I think the effect of this one will look really cool with that. So that's kind of how we're going to do it. These are going to probably take a little bit more cleanup, but hey, we're gonna roll with it. That's what experimenting is about, you know. You have to go through the process a little bit. Maybe a little too complicated is what I would say. I'm going to go ahead and fill our 3 spots again, just because while this one is curing, I can also have these 3 curing, and that will save us a little bit of time on this episode. Not massive, but you know, if we're staying busy, it does help. Okay. So, definitely got some bubbles. This one I didn't go around when I poured it, but bring it around now. And then let's poppity pop, 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 pop. There's some smaller ones. I'm not going to stress over them. Okay. So, pulling these guys out, which they're a little bit of a mess, not going to lie. Not sure if this is going to be a great way to do it, but you know, hey, be what it be. Alright, so this is cured up, and it is cured all the way around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors, and I am going to try to just cut this around. It might be too thick over here, but we're gonna roll with it. If you don't have a good pair of scissors, I highly recommend spending just a little bit of money and get a good pair of scissors, because it really does help no matter if you're doing resin crafts or whatever kind of craft you do. Having a good pair of scissors is key. If you sew, you totally know, and I would not use your sewing scissors for this. Sewing scissors are for fabric only. And people who do fabric totally understand that. I may not be able to cut through that. It's such a big chunk. Whew, got it. Got it. Okay. Cool. Cool. I'm going to show you guys these. I'm going to block this light so that we don't have a weird look. But I really do like the look of them. I think it's a cool look. It's really fun. They're going to need dremeled, more than likely. Because this is the thicker paper, I almost wonder about peeling it a little bit. I think I'll play with it on this one. This one I love so much that I don't really want to mess with what we have going on it. I think I want to leave it as much to the form that it is that I can. But for this other one, I think I will try to peel the back off with just a little bit of water, and we'll see what happens. Actually, this might be rubbing alcohol. Yep, this is rubbing alcohol, but we're going to use it because it's in a spray bottle, and I feel like that is easier for me to control than the water. We didn't even get any color off of it, which is phenomenal. I know it sounded like I was doing a ton of spraying, but honestly, that was hardly spritzing anything out, so it was really nothing. It still has so much color to it, which is phenomenal. It didn't take any coloring off of it, which is really awesome. I really like that. The thing we got to do with these is definitely, they're going to take some dremeling to get the sides cleaned up, which is fine. We have a Dremel tool here, so we'll switch out. Last thing I used was to drill holes, which we'll need that again for these since the paper covers our hole. But for now, we want our other part of this. Oops, let's not lose that. So just switching this out to our little sandpaper wheel. And I probably want the 2 or 3 setting just to really get this cleaned up. And then rather than having to worry about resining the sides, we'll probably just paint them with a pen, a paint pen, probably an oil-based one, and that will just get that cleaned up. Now this is a really thick side. This is the side that I had issues cutting. So I went to setting 3 on my tool. because I want it to be able to take this off as much as I can. The vibrations of that. Yeah. And this edge didn't get all that paper off, so you know what? A little Dremel tool will. I'll take that layer right off. That way we don't have to waste resin to go through it. Oh, it's gonna look so good. Let me see here. Yep, I got it pretty good. I'll do it just a little bit more over here. Oh, that looks good. Okay, so then, since I have the Dremel out and we're doing this, might as well do this. I probably wouldn't normally, when we're still using resin, get my Dremel tool out, but I wanted to see these a little bit more completed than to wait. And I felt like if I waited, I just wasn't going to get that look. And I would go thinking, oh, maybe it didn't work really well. So I wanted to see that for myself. The reason why I wouldn't normally do this is because you see how dusty this got, the space. So I have just a water spray bottle, and I'm just going to spray the space down and wipe off the pieces that I dremeled, just so that we can really see these in their true form. So, and then wipe. This is one of the advantages. Silicone mat down is truly a game changer. If you don't have one, get a good one. Get a big one. These are from Counterculture DIY. I've got two of their large ones. I don't think they have this particular one anymore, but they have a version of it, and definitely worth it. I have two of them on here because it fits my space, and that I can work on both ends of my desk without having to shift them. That's why they go vertical instead of horizontal. Alright, so this one, I'm liking the look of it as well. So definitely, you see as I'm touching that, the mica is coming off of the paper. So that's something to be aware of if you do one of these techniques. That touching the paper in any form of fashion is going to cause it to come off. Now, you could do something kind of cool and maybe like, I don't know, I'm just going to do this on here just so that you could see, like, okay, oh, maybe it won't work. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to draw something in it, maybe, like if you wanted to do a letter, you could, you know, I was trying to do kind of a fancy H, and then you could put that over, I don't know, you know, just a thought. Or if you're artistic and can draw something, like a pretty scroll art piece, you know, something, you could maybe create a really unique look that way, for sure. All right. So, this one I got pretty good with the scissors. It's a little bit, needs just a light Dremel around it, but I don't want to dirty up the space right now. But I do want to show y'all this one. Look how cute. It looks like the moon, kind of with the craters in it. I think it looks so cute. And the colors are stunning. Just the way that looks really is unique. That's one of the things I just love about resin crafting is no matter what you do, you're always going to end up with something so unique. I had a bubble like form, and I've started having that where this resin, when a bubble comes up, it like protrudes rather than goes down and makes a crater. All right, let's set these guys aside. They need obviously a back of resin, so they're not done, but obviously for this part they are done. So on here, this is our longest piece, so I think it's going to go on this one just because it is the longer one and I want it to get as many of the colors as possible. This one is the next longest, so I'm going to try to position it where it gets some of those colors. And then this one's the fun polka dot. So same concept. Yeah, that's the back side. Put some resin on and put just, since this is a lined one, do a little line up it. Whew, those colors. Oh, that gold is so pretty. And then I can probably only do 2 on the light at a time. Oh, we transferred some gold onto here. Okay, so I was thinking one of those had like a cloudiness in it, and I couldn't figure out why, but I just answered my question. It probably came from me doing a transfer inadvertently. So that's something to be aware of. Keep a paper towel with some rubbing alcohol on it and make sure that you don't transfer. Okay. Also block your light so that you can keep working. If you don't block that light, you're going to end up accidentally curing whatever you're working on. And we don't want that. So it's gonna be so pretty. Be so pretty. Okay, let's go ahead and fill these up. And fill this up. Whoa. Whoa. We might have went a little cry there. But that's okay. We all good. Just going a little crazy. Just big old bubble. Hey, it's fine. Just a big old bubble sitting right there. Poppity pop. Pop, pop. Come on. There's some little ones here. I don't know if I'm going to be overly worried about them. I'm just going to let them kind of ride. It's more if you have a big one. Especially because it seems we end up with kind of that bubbly effect anyway. So, not going to stress over it. Good timing. Like, look at that. Okay, these come out. These go in. I can't wait. 2 minutes. Of course, I know you can't see the light working over there, but it's working, you know, because the light changes on the camera here. Okay, so let's try to cut this one out. I went a little crazy with my resin use, and it may not cut out the easiest, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna do it. course, because it is so thick, please be careful. You're working with a small holding of a piece and cutting something very hard. Okay. Oh my gracious, this is stunning. Stunning. I love the colors of this too. I just think that's really pretty. I almost want to make another one and make these into earrings maybe. Oh, I think I just lost my headset on you guys. Why? I don't know. So hopefully you're still hearing me on this, because at least I think one of my earbuds went off. So, you know, good times. Good times. Wondering if it's dead. You know, it be what it be. If it is, we go old school. It'd be fine. I'll let it charge for a little bit. Oh, that was weird. It dinged in my ear. So I think I have enough room where it wasn't messed with that I could do a second one. So I think I will do that. I know it's going to mess up our 3 here, but I really like these, and I think that's a really pretty earring set. This one's really pretty too. I don't know if I like those for earrings per se, but I mean, and I don't think I have a good clean spot to do on it. So what we'll do here really quick is we'll get these popped out, and we'll just refill that one. Oh, those are so darn warm. Okay. That one's gonna look cool, I think, too. Alrighty. So we're gonna use you. I filled him a little bit full, so I'm gonna actually use the back side to go down, because I really think we're already domed up on this side. Yeah, whoopsie. A little bit full on him, but that's okay. So we're gonna put it's gonna be so pretty. Can't pop these big bubbles. 1, 2. And then let's make sure it looks like it went all behind here, but I have learned that it doesn't hurt to throw that around, whip that around it, because if I did miss it, it's really hard to fix that part. Okay, I just had to rearrange that to get that under the light. Then let's cut this one out. Oh, it was a poor potty. Like, okay, there we go. It's not the easiest to cut, but look at this. Look at how it's so cool with those bubbles in it. It just gives it a really fun look. I like it. I like it. It's fun. And then, I don't know, because I didn't really bring these up close, but look how cute that is. And this one. This one's got so much color depth. It's just wild. So those are really fun. Eek! I'm liking these. Liking these a lot. I know it's a little bit different than what we were doing, and I was really going to try to keep it consistent, but you know, it is one of those things. It didn't stay as consistent as I was intending with how these came out, which I do love them still. It's a lot of fun. It'd be kind of neat to see if we threw one of these shapes on here just to see it, because I have enough. I don't have enough of that one, but just to see it. We might do an oval or something on it just for fun, right? Why not? We ended up doing an extra one of the rectangles so that we can get this earring set. So, yeah. I even felt like I went kind of low on the resin underneath, and then I'm like, I don't know if I can get it cut. Goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. These, where'd it go? Are gonna be so cute as earrings. Like, look at that. So cute. I just love how those turned out. They're so fun. Get them all cleaned up, and it'll be a lot of fun. I have a ton of mica powder on me, so I am going to just take a little bit of water on my paper towel and just kind of wipe that off so that I'm hopefully not transferring it too much on the other stuff. Okay, so got a swan there. I'm going to go ahead and do an oval. Actually, I might just fill all three of these up, but steal the oval for this. And then we'll get ready to do that other paper, basically. I'm just trying to sort of streamline our process. That way I don't keep y'all all night, you know. I mean, some might want to hang out with me all night. I don't know, though. Not that exciting, but maybe I'm more exciting to others than I realize. Yeah. It's looking good. Okay. Up. And I'm not gonna like harp too hard on these bubbles, just because we're gonna get some when we lay them down on the paper, but you know, try to kind of minimize. All right, I'm gonna get that ready to go under, but I'm gonna hold tight for just a moment because I'm gonna get this under there. Okay. I have too many bottles around me apparently, because I was like, do I grab the rubbing alcohol spritz bottle? Do I grab the water bottle over here, spray bottle? Do I grab the rubbing alcohol in the corner? Like, nope, I need the UV resin. Thank you very much. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, okay, let's not let that go too far. All right, 2 minutes, and we'll start prepping our other paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut our paper into our 6 pieces that we need. I'm going to try to not touch them or stack them on each other, just because we've learned from the other set how that reacts, so that they can get scraped and such. As you can see, my cut jobs are just on point tonight. Hee hee. Laugh with me. LOL or LOL with me. I kind of scraped this one. But we'll do it as one of the first ones. And wrote with it. I think I want a round and an oval for these. I want the round on this one for sure. And then maybe an oval right there. Right there, I'll say. Did I end up with 6 on this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's right because I only sprayed it in one spot. That's right. Okay. Well, cool. So we're going to get all of our pieces this round because it's got 3 pieces coming out. Yeah, that worked out really kind of well. Okay. So if I end up making something else, I could. I still have some little scrap pieces, but I don't know. I feel like this was a lot that we've done. So here's this one. I'm going to go ahead and get these going under the light just because obviously, you know, that takes time. So I went ahead and pulled our oval one. And it is a tad warm. And I want it right in here. Ooh, it's gonna do a fun reaction. It like the way it's pulling up and everything, it's gonna make some fun bubbly craters in there. That's kind of fun. But you never know what's gonna react or so forth. It's kind of exciting. It's like a science experiment. You don't know what's going to happen until you do it. And then sometimes your hypothesis comes true, sometimes not. It'd be kind of cool to do one right over there. So we might end up snagging that. Okay. So those will cure, and then we'll cut this one out. This takes some focus, y'all. It's not the easiest to get out, but hey, it's all good. It is really pretty though. I really like that. Look at that. That's so pretty. That's fun. I like that one too. Okay. Came out good. I'm gonna go ahead and pop these. Oh. You got a little carried over the edge here. Get that off of there. Well, this one did some funny bubbling. Like, it's the weirdest thing sometimes. I don't know why. Like, okay. Not sure what you're doing, but okay. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to do one more round of 3. And just because I feel like it. And if you're bored of me, you can skip to the end. Or wait till next week's episode. Where we'll finish. We'll add. We'll clean these all up. We'll border them if they need it. Edge them. Whatever you want to call it. And then we will turn the ones that are going to go into earrings. We'll turn those into earrings. The others we will get our jump rings on so that they could be turned into whatever I end up turning them into. This one ended up, almost looks like something in there, like a piece of paper, but it's just gonna have to stay because it's so deep in there. Me trying to dig it out is gonna be impossible, and it's really tiny. It maybe didn't turn out as cool as I thought it was going to, but that's okay. It's okay. Let's see. That one turned out pretty neat. Oh, I mean, it turned out cool. It's pretty neat. Okay. Okay, it's acceptable. I accepted it. It's pretty unique. Let's see. Oh, this paper is way easier to cut. So this is the copy paper. And it's tough where the resin is, but it's definitely not as hard as the cardstock or artist paper. It was artist paper that I used for the others. Yeah. Much better. I'll show you both of these when I get them both cut out here so that you can see them. I say, oh yeah, it's easier to cut, and then I'm like, I don't know if I can get this one cut. But about the time I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, I end up doing it because, well, I'm a little bit stubborn. I'm not sure if y'all know that about me, but I'm a tad stubborn. Okay, look at these. Look how that one like created kind of a crater thing, and the way it reacted is pretty neat looking. And then this one, I do like it too. Oh, let's focus, skimmer. Ooh, look at that. It's having a hard time. There it is. Look at that. That looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's pretty light on the back, so maybe doing a darker resin back on these will help these pop a little bit. So that might be an option with them. Look how this paper like curled up. Looks like it's a scut. Make somebody a scut, can we? Okay. Bring that out. I'm not going to pop those out just yet because we know that we're going to be able to get them out. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 of these on. I'm going to do them kind of at an angle maybe. Maybe not. Okay. This one had these funky bubbles that did that weird thing. I don't know why I've been having it do that lately. I don't know if it's the resin. I don't know if it's the light. Just the combination. I think it's happening when I've been doing a few resin projects, so the light's been going a little bit longer, so maybe it's reacting to how hot it's getting. I don't know. I don't know. So, it's not to the point of like full on concerning me. Just I'm noting that it is happening more and more. So, you know. Put those under. Let's do a circle on here. I think this side is actually flatter. That one's pretty rough. I like this spot. Oh, okay. We just pulled that mica right on up off of there. Did that. So we made it look like a little crater thing. Kind of looks cool. Let's do those up. Do them on up. Okay, so we've got 3 shapes left. And we have this one. We definitely want to get done. I think I'm going to do that. Right there. Again, I think I'm going to go with this front. It's just going to be easier. So one thing to note on those ones, I noticed that the mica, or not the mica, yeah, well, yeah, the resin almost pulls up that mica when you go to set it down. So just being aware of that. I'm going to do this one on here too, just for funsies sake. Because why not, right? I wanted to catch some of that wispiness. Oh, you know what? There's one that I really wanted to catch the wispiness of it. But now I don't know. I don't know where that paper went. Oh, maybe it's this one. Yeah. That's the one. Okay. As soon as I can move this over just a smidge, we're going to use this one, which is perfect. I want to get it right across that little area. So that like river is going through the piece. I'm going to not do it at a perfect... I wanted it at the angle. This paper is not staying flat, which could cause some issues. Okay. So we should be done with our UV resin applying. So I'm going to put those underneath and not block it because there's no need. So yeah, this one did a really funny bubble thing. I'll bring it to the camera here in just a moment. Let me go ahead and cut these. Whew, that was a nails on a chalkboard sound. Awful. Ew, look at that, because I touched all of it. Got rubbed. Oh. It's so hard because, like, you want to hold it better, more firm with your fingers, but because it's such a small piece, you can't, because if you were to hold it differently, you'd be cutting your finger. And not on my bingo card to end up in the emergency room for cutting myself. Just not one I want on my card this year or any year. I just love that saying. Not on my bingo card. Thank you very much. Oh, looks really cool. Okay. We're going to let those cure up, and then I'm going to cut them, and then I'm going to bring them all up. I'll bring this group of 5 that we just did up so that y'all can see all these. And then we'll put them all on a black surface so that you can see all of them, because I think that's going to be exciting. And then next week we will compare and look at all of them and then clean them all up, finish them off, because some of them will need touch-ups either on the front for doming purposes or on the back for sealing purposes, that kind of stuff. Like all these are going to need some resin on the back because we haven't sealed them. And then, and that might right there make up a whole episode. And then the last episode potentially will be getting them ready for jewelry pieces, or if it doesn't take too long to get them all cleaned up, then we'll combine those 2 rounds together. I knew that this one was super thick on it, so it's going to need some journaling for sure to clean up our weird rough cuts, but that is a really cool piece. Oh, there's 6 on this. I forgot that this one had 2. Oh, this might be the worst yet as far as. But the nice thing is the resin's still warm, so it's cutting way easier. And that I was really prepared for a lot harder, and it was a breeze. I was like just slicing through it because I'm over here like, oh, it's going to be so tough. And then, oh no, it wasn't. Wasn't at all like I thought it was going to be. Okay. I'm excited for y'all to see these. Okay. So this one came out pretty cool. It's a little bit hard for the camera to pick up all the cool colors in this. But there's a lot of coloring in it. And it looks really neat. These two. This one ended up with some funky bubbling. It's cool looking, but it definitely doesn't really match this one. So I don't think those will get turned into earrings, but more pendant or accent pieces. And then this one, look at it. Look at it with those lines. Like, how cool is that? That's really fun. And this one, that's got some really deep, rich colors. And then, like, you get a different angle and you get a little bit different coloring even. This one I'm super in love with. Look at this. Look at how that is. That's so cool looking. It does look like a river. Like the greenery. And then a river running through. Alright, let's bring these up on the black surface so we can see them all kind of together. I'm trying to just move them closer together so that you can see them without having look at that. Aren't they cool? They are so cool. So you'll have to comment and tell me which ones are your favorites. I'm going to turn on the flash and just see if it will give us a different, give you guys more of a color basis. Look at that. Look at how beautiful those are. I really like how the micas turned out that way. It was a bit of a process, of course, to do that, but I really do think that they came out really beautiful. And I love the shimmer of micas, especially that yellow gold. That is one of my favorite micas. I'm not a huge yellow person. I'm not a huge gold person, but there's something about that that just really strikes me as classy and classic and stunning. So that one's really cool to me. So yeah, I think I'd be able to tell which ones are paper, the thicker paper and the thinner. So this is definitely thin paper on here because you can see the color on the backs really easily. This would be thick paper, so you can't see the colors on the back and it's thicker. These I remember being thicker paper, so they're very white on the back. That would be regular copy paper because you have all the color on the back of it. So that's kind of how you would tell that's copy paper. That's going to be the thicker paper on it. So, yeah, it was definitely the thicker paper. So that's kind of just to see the difference. You know, okay, here's one with the thicker paper. And then around with the similar coloring with the copy paper. And just the different look you get. Now granted, realize that they aren't exactly because our color coordinates aren't as much. Like this got overrun with one color of the spray, whereas this one had it more broken up, which is nice. So anyway, hope y'all are enjoying this long series. It will come to an end, I promise. Have some other exciting things that I've been experimenting with, prepping for a whole nother series. So definitely stay tuned. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. And then I'm telling you, this summer it's gonna get even more fun because we are going to be doing some resin pours. I know that I say that, but I promise y'all we're going to do some blooms and different things. Possibilities are endless, and who knows, I don't want to commit to, oh, we're going to do this, because who knows what I'm in the mood for when the time comes. And like this, you go a whole different way. So I'm going to not promise, okay? I hope everybody's having a great week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.